Oh my gosh. So the number one reason why golfers tend to thin the ball or top it, and we all know this, we've heard it for years, is we tend to try to lift the ball in the air. So what does lifting the ball in the air really look like? Well, there's two things that happen. So number one is there is an upper mass movement where we start leaning to the right. For a right-handed golfer, we lean to the right like this, and we try to lift the ball in the air. And then the second thing that a lot of golfers do is at impact, they'll try to add some loft through their wrists like this. And what that does is it causes the club to move up and you top it. So we're going to break down those two things. And I'm going to give you some drills that are going to likely solve that, and they're going to solve it fast. So let's start with the first one of our body moving to the right. By the way, I don't think much of this has to do with setup. I've seen some golfers with some pretty weird setups or some unique setups, and they don't have any issues with controlling the bottom of the swing. And so we're going to stick mainly with the full swing form and like what's likely causing that. So like I said earlier, if you're someone who they feel like they reverse pivot and fall to their right side, I want to give you something to work on here. So if you think about any athletic movement, whether that's a tennis forehand or a football player throwing a ball or a baseball pitcher going that way, I mean bowling, anything, everything needs to be moving towards the target on the downswing, or towards the target as you're releasing the ball, or towards the target as the racket is moving towards the target. And so in golf, it's no different. So what I want to start by doing is I'm going to hit some half shots or some small shots where I'm really focusing on my energy moving towards the target. And if my upper mass is moving towards the target, I'm probably going to hit the ground. I'm going to hit the ground later. So I'm going to start by doing some half swings. I'm not going to try to hit these hard. I'm really just focusing on having my body move towards the target. And you can see my finish there. I'm only doing a half swing, and my energy is towards the target, and most importantly, my upper mass is off the ground. Let's hit another one and see if we can identify some other things that are happening with the body that are going right to make sure that I would make a divot and hit the ground later. Again, I'm not doing anything special at address. I'm setting up. I'm just going to do a little swing. I'm going to focus on my energy, my nose moving this way. On this one, I want you to pay attention to my trail foot. I want to see if you can tell something that's different. And I'm going to do the wrong swing here in a second. Well, that was a really nice strike. So you can see on this one, my finish is the same, but go ahead and pay attention to my trail foot. I rarely see someone top it who moves their right foot like this, or their trail foot. If I'm fully released like this towards the target, I would imagine that you're going to have good ground contact. All right, let's do the wrong swing here where I don't transfer my weight, and let's just see what happens. Now, I'm a decent player, so I can probably make it work, but I'm going to really exaggerate this, and I'm going to fall back like this, and I'm going to try to hit it good. I'm either probably going to hit it fat, or I'm going to thin it. I will probably hit it slightly fat. Yeah, I hit that really fat. Now, I got the ball in the air, but I hit that very, very fat and went way right. It wasn't a very good shot. So you can see the two extremes there of me falling to the right versus me shifting to the left. Okay, so that's number one, is we've got to get our energy going that way. Okay, so number two on the priority list here would be getting the handle or the grip more in front at impact. If we have the club head moving in this way, like this, I'll show you on this camera, this way, then we're probably going to top it. I'm going to go ahead and hit one like that, and you can kind of see what happens. So you can see I lifted my wrist, I flipped my wrist, I probably fell back a little bit too. And that thing barely got off the ground. You'll see that in the down the line view. So now I'm gonna focus on my energy moving that way, and I'm also gonna focus on hitting the ball lower. If I hit the ball lower, I'm gonna have to have some amount of forward lean of the shaft like this. So think, when I'm hitting it thin, I'm probably laying the shaft back, and when I'm trying to hit it more solid, I'm probably leaning the shaft forward, which is going to help me hit the ground. So now I'm adding the low intent with my energy moving. I'm still going to pay attention to my right foot. Practice swing, low shot. Oh, that was even better. You can see on this one, my finish is definitely a little bit more this way. I didn't rehinge at all because I'm trying to flight that. Let's do that one more time. That felt really good. You know, when I like to put things in context, so I think like, when would I do a shot like that? Well, down here in Texas, it's very, very windy frequently. And so I would do that shot I just hit a lot of times, where I'm just doing like a 1/2 to 3/4 swing, punching it to keep some control and to keep it out of the wind. That honestly, I hit that all the time, especially in the spring and in the winter when it's a little bit more windy. All right, so same thing. Again, be very clear on your intent. I'm doing a 1/2 swing, my energy is moving there, my hands are in front, and then I'm doing like this kind of finish with my trail foot off the ground. Yeah, another one that's really, really nice. Now, another thing you're gonna notice is I'm making ground contact. Like I said earlier, if you're someone who avoids the ground because you're afraid of hitting it fat, you're probably hitting it thin. So I've got another really good drill for you that I want you to do. So we're gonna start by putting a ball right there, and then we're gonna move to the side of the ball to where there's an imaginary ball right here. So here's normal, and here's where I am. I'm gonna do a practice swing where I'm focusing on all of those things in my swing, but I'm also gonna focus on hitting the ground later, like brushing the grass. You can see I'm brushing the grass in front. If I can start brushing the grass in front of my ball, then I'm gonna start seeing less thin shots, and I'm gonna see much more solid shots. And I won't see any fat shots for sure. Okay, again, I'm swinging pretty slow. Yeah, that was nice. You can see I made a pretty big divot. All right. Invisible ball was hit nicely. Let's try the same thing. Ooh, yeah, really nice. Very low. That was great. Let's do that one more time. So invisible ball drill. And again, these are skills that, you know, you might play with someone who has a quote unquote ugly swing, but they seem to hit it well. This is what they do well. I can promise you, they control the bottom of the swing. What is the bottom of the swing? This is moving in a big circle. If I can hit the ground exactly where I want, that really is the only thing that matters. I mean, I could do a really funky swing, and as long as I hit here, it's not gonna matter. Okay, there we go. Now, notice I've hit probably 6 or 7 balls, and I've yet to do a full swing. I'm just working on my swing right now. I'm trying not to top it, and I'm trying to get more solid contact. When we're doing form reps, sometimes it's good to slow down. Yeah, that was good. I think the natural progression now is I've hit 6 or 7 good, I guess now 7 or 8 good, and I want to see if I can translate this to my full swing. Let's see if I can. I'm gonna do the same drill that I was just doing, so the invisible ball drill to the side, where I'm trying to hit the ground late. Now I'm gonna add the full motion of my arms. I'm not gonna do a small swing, I'm gonna start doing a bigger swing and see if I can still control everything. Yeah, that felt good. Side note on full swing, I can swing as fast as I want as long as I can hold my finish. If I start losing my balance and I fall over like this, I would argue you're probably swinging too fast, especially with, I mean, I've got 7-iron in hand. We don't need to be swinging so hard that we lose control with the 7-iron. Okay, I feel good. I'm thinking the same things. I'm just doing a little bit longer of an arm swing. And here we go. Strike was good, balance was good. It was a low flight, and I hit the ground late. Let's do that again. Notice I'm hitting in a line of divots. I really like to make lines of divots for lots of reasons. Maybe I'll make a video explaining that. Yeah, good. You know what? I could have hit the ground a little bit more, so maybe I'll do it again. Again, I'm not in a rush to hit a bunch of balls. Oh, that was a lot better. Good. Okay, I'm gonna set up. And here we go. Oh, that was really nice. Hold my finish. So, if you're someone that thins it a lot, I encourage you to try those things. Again, go to the range, do it slow. As you see more success, ramp up the speed. Let me know how it goes in the comments below.